Hello, welcome to another episode on Happiness After Cancer. For the youth of today who struggle to deal with the mundane problems of life, the story of our guest today is an inspiration to elevate the soul and emerge victorious in every battle. At the age of 19, जो हमारी guest हैं, she is a poet, a thinker and a storyteller. उसने एक बुक लिखी है जिसका नाम है ये विचित्र जीवन. Let's meet Pankita, who has conquered fear and is setting a shining example as a mighty cancer warrior. Hello, Pankita. Welcome to Happiness After Cancer.
Hello, ma'am. So, the book is, let me show you the book first so that you can know more about the book. So, this is the book, Vichitra Jeevan, and it's available on Amazon. And so, it
We will
all
share the
started.
link of the book in the description of this video. So हम सब viewers को बोलेंगे, please go to the description box and see the link.
Thank you so much, ma'am, first of all, for this beautiful introduction. And it all started in 2020. Like, I was diagnosed in July 2020 with GIST, and we didn't had the slightest idea what GIST was. But after then, whatever happened, it made us, a very knowledgeable kind of family about medical sciences. Now we know a lot, I think. And I was preparing for NEET after 10th, so I was enrolled in LN. So I wanted to treat people because I always felt that I was a little more empathetic. I can feel what a other person is feeling slightly more than others, like slightly more than others. So I can be a great doctor. But then, ironically, I found myself on the other side of the table. I became a patient myself. Then I saw their lives, and I thought that there's a lot people need other than medical assistance. So, uh, in between, a lot happened. I tried a lot, to cope up with my studies and everything. And in November 2020, when with major surgery, total gastrectomy, when they removed my gut, stomach, and then like, after some time, I was a little, what should I do now? So I started writing poetry because I'm a kind of a person who doesn't like to share. I don't like to share my feelings, so I write them. And even if I write my diary, I'm always afraid that someone will read this. So these poetries are codes of mine, I can say. But it turned out that a lot of people can relate to it when we met at that Aroicon function, if you remember. So that was it. And uh, after I was diagnosed with this, there was a lot of ups and downs, surgery, chemotherapy, then medicines, then uh, a lot of tests. I can't even say how many tests I've gone through. At least 10 endoscopies and more than 10 to 15 PET scans and CT scans and all. So it has been a roller coaster since 2020.
पंकिता
Now
एक
it
बात
is
बताओ.
metabolic.
सॉरी पंकिता, मैं इंटरप्ट किया आपको. एक बात बताओ कि पोइट्री आपने उसी टाइम लिखनी शुरू की जब ये डायग्नोसिस और ये ट्रीटमेंट, उससे पहले भी कभी यू वर डैबलिंग, कभी लिखा था कि नहीं?
Ma'am, actually class 7 से I started writing, but 10th में exams and all के कारण मैंने कहा कि चलो छोड़ देते हैं, let's just focus on studies. But maybe God wanted me to write. So after the operation, I started writing again, and then I wrote that poetry, Himmat Rakh, and then I started focusing more on writing.
What is your pattern of writing? रैंडम थॉट्स आते हैं कि रोज पंकिता एक दो लिखती है? वी वुड लाइक टू नो लिटिल मोर अबाउट दिस पोएट। जो पोएट पंकिता है वो क्या कैसे लिखती है, क्या सोचती है जब वो लिखती है
Like
तो?
I don't write poetry. Poetry comes and I just frame it. Like there's no poet in the world who can write a poetry. No one. No, it comes to you. The words itself comes to you, and you just write. That's it. Like if we are having this conversation, or even if I meet someone, like the story is what I feel like. Yes, this I could frame in words. Like so many times it has happened that me and my fathers we just have a lot of deep conversations about life. That what is life and moksha and what else like death. We are at another level of life, so we conversate a lot about that and the world. So that conversation I frame in words, and I frame words, and with that I write poetry. And it's not that I write it on a daily basis. Sometimes it happens that I would write two or three poetries in a day, but sometimes a month or not month, like weeks or 2 weeks or 10 days, I don't write.
थोड़ा सा अपनी बुक के बारे में बताओ, ये विचित्र जीवन है।
So actually, what happened was I wrote a lot of poetry. Like it was around a bunch of 23, 24 at the time, and I recited it in the hospital once. And the surgeon who was treating at the time, Dr. Somesh Kaisa. So he was a lot inspired, or he just got goosebumps after listening to that poetry. So he advised that you should get a book published, or you should to someone like who can publish it or something like that, so that people know about this. And so I thought about it and I started working on that. And then there's a poetry of mine. In the initial lines of it, it is like ये जीवन बड़ा विचित्र सा है किसी अतरंगी चित्र सा है. So ये विचित्र जीवन is from that stanza basically, and that poem gave me a boost in this poetry, in this passion of mine.
Pankita, would you like to narrate a small piece of your poetry that is very close to your heart? Of course, that's a wrong question because I am sure जो भी तुमने लिखा है वो सभी तुम्हें बहुत प्यारा है, but फिर भी कुछ सुनाओगी हमें?
Azmaish is really close to my heart because this was the time when I thought like, no, there always comes a time when you feel a little down. That yeah, what is this happening? I wanted to be a doctor. I started studying. I was studying late nights and I was doing all my hard work, but still it's not working. I'm doing everything what I can do, but still it's not working. So that's when I wrote Azmaish. I stood up and I wrote Azmaish. I was just sitting in the temple nearby and I wrote this. So आजमाइशें जब जिंदगी आजमाती है, when life takes a test. So it's like चल आजमा ले जिंदगी, आजमाइशें तो तेरी भी होंगी ना, तो चल आजमा ले जिंदगी, आजमाइशें तो तेरी भी होंगी ना, वक्त असल बस पूछ लिया कर, ख्वाहिशें तो तेरी भी होंगी ना जिद होगी मुझसे, कि ना जिद होगी मुझसे ना मनमानी करी जाएगी, मन मेरा अच्छा रहेगा बस यही मेहरबानी करी जाएगी, दर बदर ठोकर खाना कि दर बदर ठोकर खाना यदि मेरे मुकद्दर में है, खुशी देना सबको यही मेरे मनोबल में है। हाँ डरती हूँ मैं कि हाँ डरती हूँ मैं तेरी छोटी छोटी शिकायतों से, क्योंकि तेज बहुत है तेरी आजमाइशों में। न जाने कैसी ये परीक्षा है, न जाने कैसी ये परीक्षा है, न कलम है न शिक्षा है, बस भक्ति की भिक्षा है मेरे पास, अच्छाइयों की तृष्णा है। कर्मों का हिसाब नहीं है मुझे, कि अपने कर्मों का हिसाब नहीं है मुझे, तू दे सजा यदि दुश्वार हूं मैं, कभी रुई सी नाजुक कभी तलवार हूं मैं, नादान हूँ के नादान हूँ गलतियों का ध्यान नहीं रहता मुझे, मंजरों का अंदाजा नहीं रहता हर बार मुझे, दरअसल एक एहसान कर, कि दरअसल एक एहसान कर, मेरी मंजिल मेरे नाम कर, गिरा मुझे बेशक पर खड़ा हर बार कर। That's as nice.
Beautiful, Pankita.
Thank you.
इतनी डेप्थ, इतनी कम उम्र में मैंने तो शायद पहले कभी नहीं सुनी. God bless you, beta. One question that comes to my mind, Pankita, is have you ever felt hopeless in this journey yet? And if yes, how do you overcome that feeling?
Yeah. So it was when in 2020 when I was diagnosed with this. So I had this that no, I'll overcome this. I have to become a doctor, and I have a lot to do in my life, and this will end only a surgery I have to go through, and okay, this only this year. So I was a very courageous person that time. But in 2021, nothing happened. No medicine worked. Even after surgery, the tumor grew. And in 2002, we tried harder to get some sort of medicine which can work on this tumor, which can shrink it or do something, or which can stable this, but still nothing happened. So we just had a test and a conversation with doctors from uh, United Kingdom. He's a great doctor and he's a this specialist. And he did some tests and he said that no, nothing can happen. And we haven't seen a tumor like this. And maybe we this is the first time we are seeing a tumor like this, which is behaving this like I wouldn't like which is behaving like this or which is so much abnormal. So when that report came in my hand and I read that, so I really felt hopeless. And for months, I used to think about this like, is this the end of my life? Or like, even if I'm not gonna die, I always I'm not gonna die now. But even if I'm not gonna die, is it like I always have to live like this? Is this my life now? Will I always have to be on meds and go and always be in a negative environment and always go to the doctors and listen to what everyone is saying and all of them? Or is it my life now? So that came in my mind at the time. So, but after that, I thought like, that's okay. Even if that's my life, it's better than having nothing. If I'm here for a greater purpose, I have always believed that I am here for a greater purpose. So if I am here for a greater purpose, then I have to go through this. This will make me a better person. This will always make me a better person. And then an example came in my mind. And whenever we see, you must have seen TV serials or even Ramayana or something. In whose life are you most interested in? The character, the main character, the hero or the heroine, who's the main lead, and what do you see in their life? Their lives are never, smooth going. It's never. They always have more ups and downs than side characters. So I became the main character of my life, and I took it that way. Okay, if I'm here to serve a greater purpose, I'll have to deal with a lot more than this, maybe. So I'm ready. I could say.
Wow, Pankita, your words are so, so inspiring. Is there anything that you would like to say to any other youngster, young child, or anybody who's going through a phase that is similar to yours?
Yes, of course. See, this is not the end of life. There are a lot of people. You take the journey of anyone which you think they are successful. They have gone through a struggle, and we are at this point in our lives. We haven't seen anything, and yet our parents did everything to us. Whatever we want, they bring it to us, and they give it basically. So, but now, if you are facing this, you become better person. You become a better person when you are out of the storm. And You have to prove yourself. This is life. This is what true, what you can say that truly what life is. Life will never be so smooth that everything will be in your hands. Nothing is in your hands, and life is very unpredictable. And that is the beautiful part of life.